I'm a winner, not a loser, overcomer. I am more than a conqueror. I'm a winner, not a loser, overcomer. Hey, I am more than a conqueror. I swear it, I swear it, I swear that the weapon formed against me. I swear it, I swear it, I swear that the weapon formed against me. In the name of Jesus, I swear, by the power of the Holy Ghost, I swear that the weapon formed against me. Oh, Lord. I swear to you, I swear to you, I swear to you, I swear to you. David.
Today on the Let's Talk Ability Show, we are talking about albinism. We are going to look at the causes of albinism.
Yes.
The cope of life of persons living with albinism.
Yeah.
And the challenges they go through.
Okay.
I know it's not easy.
It is never easy.
And we have our guests that's so
good.
Around.
Let's invite our guests so that they can come on and then help us to start talking ability. Can we welcome them with a clap?
Madam Mauno and Mr. Newton. Welcome.
Thank you, Joshua.
It is great having you here.
Yeah, same. We are happy to be
Thank you very much for coming.
Pleasure.
Oh, I hope you're all fine.
Yes, very well.
You're doing well.
Great. Oh, we want to know, why is albinism categorized as a disability?
Yes, albinism is it's a disabling condition because of the low vision that we have, and it varies from person to person. Some of our members or some people with albinism end up studying Braille, for instance, because you need to manage with the limited vision that you have, and some is so, they are almost like, blind. So, yes, and the fact that, especially in our part of the world, with the scorching sun and all that, many people, because we don't have the protective pigmentation, and then you keep exposing yourself to the sun, many people get cancer and all of that. And also for all the stigmatization and all that. Okay. Yes, so it's a disabling condition. And then I also want to add that UN even passed an International Awareness Albinism Day, just to make all member countries of the United Nations to bring the society's consciousness to the fact that there are people in your midst that have these challenges.
Okay.
Good. So, can you tell us about yourself? Who is Mawenyo?
My sweet Mawenyo, before you come in, viewers watching us up there, if you want to join the conversation, have so many questions to ask our guest stars about albinism, you can join us on our social media, hashtag Let's Talk Ability on Facebook and then Twitter. And you can also join us on our website, www.henryjabafoundation.org.gh.
So, tell us.
Mawinyo is a twin.
Mawinyo. You are a twin?
Yes, Mommy.
Wow.
Yes, and we are the first-born children of our parents. We have other two brothers. One has albinism, the last one does not have.
Okay.
Yeah, so went to school, primary, secondary, attended Accra Polytechnic, did my HND accounting. Yes, please. Followed to the University of Cape Coast to do my bachelor's. And then almost done with my MBA in accounting.
Let's talk.
Congrats.
Let's talk.
Thank you.
This is what we're talking about.
Yeah, currently I work with the audit service, and I'm a principal auditor.
Wow.
And a little about my family. I'm married to Mr. Patrick Dagba, and we have 2 handsome boys.
Yay! I like that.
See.
So,
It's not getting interested.
Mr. Newton, also tell us a little about yourself.
Thank you very much for the opportunity. My name is Newton Kwamala Kacheku, a proud son of Mr. Bright Kofi Kacheku and then Frida Afuakufuya of Abutiagove in the Volta region.
That's right.
I'm the first son to this beautiful family.
Okay.
We are 3 siblings. I'm
Okay.
the only person with albinism. among
Really?
them.
The
Yes.
other 2 don't have
They
albinism.
don't have albinism.
Wow.
Okay.
And well, I schooled in the holy village of Abutiagove. Continued to secondary school,
Okay.
to the training college, and came out as a professional teacher.
Oh, so you're a
A
professional
teacher.
teacher.
Yes.
You have to start teaching me soon.
And I also continued to University of Education, Winneba, to do my first degree.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I had the opportunity also to study, to do a number of short courses in NGO and civil society organization
Wow.
management, and currently a student at the Pretoria University doing Masters of.
Hey, give it up for Mr. Newton.
Wow.
And what's your position in the association?
Well, I'm the executive director of the
You
Ghana
are the
Association.
executive director.
Ghana
He's a
Association of Persons with
huge
Albinism.
man.
The whole Ghana.
Yes, please.
Let's talk.
Ability.
Yeah.
Well, before becoming the executive director, I worked as a national secretary
Okay.
with my sister
Uh-huh.
while she was the president from
Yes.
2009 to 2015
Okay.
with some of our executive members, right?
So
At the
you know a
audience here.
lot about albinism. Let's talk.
It's the brand new Let's Talk Ability Show, where disability is not inability. With heart-wrenching stories,
Oh, mommy, kapra.
At times, just say, I don't have anyone to help me.
Say, my bussy and you nap. Ah, sir, meaning I'm the Omo catcher, Miss Nquarani and moi.
Let's Talk Ability on Adom TV, Sundays at 12 o'clock p.m.
Show some love.
Brought to you by the Henry Djaba Memorial Foundation, changing lives with persons with disabilities.
Respect.
I'm a winner, not a loser, overcomer. I am more than a conqueror. I'm a winner.
To get to our audience for them to also start their chip chat.
Yes.
Have a lot of questions maybe to ask
Yes.
our guest stars.
My name is Helena Na. I want to ask Auntie Maunu, why are we born with the condition albinism?
First of all, I'd like to say that we are all born or created in the image of God. And somehow, God in his own wisdom decided to make some of us not to have the pigmentation.
Okay.
And so how are we born? It's a genetic condition.
Okay.
Your parents, both father and mother, should have the albinism traits to be able to carry on to you.
Okay.
And so I want to also demystify that situation where people say it's the mother's fault. No. Once you are a person with albinism, it means that your father also carries the traits. And that is how come.
Do any of your parents have albinism?
No, please.
How about you, Mr. Newton?
No.
Okay. Who has a question here?
My name is
Mr.
Suleiman
Newton.
Adam.
I have a question.
I want to ask Mr. Newton, as a person with albinism, what can I do to prevent my skin from getting the cancer we've all been preaching about? And then secondly, what can we do to push, or what can we do to get the government to come up with policy and programs that will suitable to persons with albinism alone? Thank you.
As you rightly said, persons with albinism are our number one enemy apart from the social prejudices that we suffered from, is the sun.
The sun.
The sun.
Yeah.
You.
And you're gonna add your baby so better now.
So when a person with albinism is being, the body is being exposed to the direct rays of sun,
Okay.
it causes what we call sunburn.
Sunburn.
Yes.
All right.
The direct rays of sun, because of the lack of the melanin, the sunburn causes the body. Then, if not protected or treated, develops into what we call the dark spots. These dark spots also develop into another conditions that turns into what we call the body cancer. Treatment of cancer is very, very expensive in this part of the world that we find ourselves. So we advocate that we should protect our body. Always be put on a long sleeves or long hands.
Okay.
That to cover your body. Put on shade or hat.
Okay.
That with a wider brim. So that it covers or protects your body from the direct sun rays.
Okay.
After doing that, if you have the money, the capacity to purchase or to have a body lotion or sun care products.
Is it special from the ones we always use?
I don't know the one you always use.
Body lotion, ordinary body lotion.
No, it is special. With the sun protective factor.
It must have sun protective factor. All right.
To protect the body, to moisturize the body, so that if you apply it, the continuous application and the number of hours that you stay under the scorching sun, you can be applying that cream and you can expose your body to the weather. Like a sunscreen. As a sunscreen.
Okay.
But it also comes with its own effect. You're supposed to be applying it intermittently.
And then intermittently.
So by say every 15 minutes you need to apply it.
Okay.
Then, apart from that, if you cannot protect your body with the long sleeve, and that is why you resort to the use of the sun care product, the lotions, and the lip balm. Protects the leaves from breaking.
Okay.
Yes. So if you look at Maonyo, for instance, she's looking so prettier. The magic is she applies the sun care product frequently. Back to the government policy, what government should do to protect or to exclude issues of albinism separately. Yes, we take inspirations from other countries.
Okay.
In Nigeria, for instance, they have educational policy, national educational policy on albinism.
National educational policy
on albinism.
Okay.
It also happened. It's also that the same policy is in Malawi. The same policy is in Kenya, and then South Africa.
So in Africa here.
In Africa here,
we have
countries that have it. Okay. In the same those same countries, they have inclusive education policy.
Okay.
Separately from the national albinism policy on education.
Okay.
These countries also have what we call the national policy on albinism on health.
Okay, so 3.
So these products that we're talking about, the sun care product, have been captured under the health segment, and that most of these countries have captured sun care products for persons with albinism on the national health insurance scheme.
Oh.
So any person with albinism can walk into any facility accredited by the National Health Insurance to have body care product, sun care products.
Come home. How does it work in Ghana? Can you get all these things on the National
In
Health
some part
Insurance?
of the country as well, in Kenya, the government also supply or join the crusade of institute what we call sun care day or skin care day, where products of sun care product are being given to the association for distribution.
Okay.
In Ghana here, all attempts to have sun care products on the national scheme have failed.
Why?
Why? Because of the will. The political will is not there.
The political will is not there.
It's not there, madam. Because if you ask government upon government, we have series of letters that even gone through the presidency, advocating or lobbying for the inclusion of sun care product. If not all sun care product, at least sun care product like the lotions on the scheme has proved futile. Oh, you hear from us. We'll arrange meetings and meet you. That's it.
I'm a winner, not a loser. overcomer. I am more than a conqueror. I'm a winner.
Come back for the short break. And we are very grateful to our guest stars. I think we the hosts.
Yes.
Audience here. Viewers up there. Government. Politicians. We all have a role to play. To make person with albinism life comfortable in Ghana here.
Yes.
And we are hoping they will start as soon as possible.
Hello, Mr. Newton. I have a question for you. I want to ask about the myths surrounding albinism. And if you can help clear some and tell us why these myths exist.
Okay.
Albinism comes with a number of myths. And I thank God that you said they are myths. Because they don't exist. Most of them don't exist. Let me just touch on a few of them.
Okay.
That person with albinism do not eat a specific types of food. One is beans.
Okay.
So when you give birth to a person with albinism, a child with albinism, you deny that child with the most nutritious food on this earth, called beans.
That you can't eat beans.
You can't eat beans. It's not true. Number two, it also comes that we don't eat salt.
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 Hey.
Person with albinism, they are just quote unquote normal persons as you are. It's because of the lack of pigmentation, the melanin, that makes us more differently than what other persons look.
Okay.
The other that person with albinism do not die.
Persons with albinism do
They
not die.
They vanish.
Hey.
In as much as we
dies.
have life,
Yeah.
we do die. And there's another hilarious one that said person with albinism do not attend nature's call on Fridays.
Oh.
What?
Only Fridays.
Only Fridays.
What is special about Friday?
What is special about Friday is what we need to demystify. And our message is that all these things are not true. They just there to denigrate the character or the personality as a person with albinism. We are human beings, and we do live, we die, and then we attend nature's call. We do anything that quote and unquote the so-called normal human beings does. And one significant thing about albinism is that we are more clever than anybody else.
Yay!
Thank you very much.
Let's talk.
Ability.
Let's talk.
Ability.
This week, it's question time. And Joshua will ask you a question. And if you get it right, you get a surprise gift. So Joshua, give us the question.
I just want one myth surrounding albinism.
One is people think albinism do not die, but they rather vanish.
People think that persons
with
albinism do not die. You live forever.
You live forever, they vanish.
They disappear.
Is it possible? But is the answer correct?
The answer is correct.
These are hair clippers so that you can look more handsome. From Electroland, Ghana. They are situated at Paloma on the Ring Road. And so if you need electrical gadgets, you can go there and purchase them. But this is a giveaway for getting the answer correct for 5 points.
We don't eat salt and we don't go to nature's call on Fridays.
Hey, this is a serious myth. This is a Christmas box from Samaritan Space for a child. Okay? Samaritan Space is an NGO who are supporting persons with disability. Let's see. Now everybody seems to be more interested in saying something. Yes, you have a myth.
They said when you use
albinism, persons with albinism.
Persons with albinism parts is good than use ordinary people's parts.
Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that? Yes, correct for 10 points. Can we get her a dress? Yes. This is a nice dress donated by a group of people for our program. Pa kum kum pata pata, so you can wear it and look nice. I feel pata pa. Yes. Who else? You have a myth? Okay, I'll come to you.
One myth is when a person with HIV/AIDS have sex with person living with albinism.
Person with albinism.
Person with albinism, he'll be cured, which is
that
a
is
lie.
A big myth.
Big myth.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Some people believe that people with albinism are cursed.
People believe that people with albinism are cursed. Correct for 10 points. Give me 5. So this is a special phone from Vodafone for persons with hearing impairment. Niye ne kreno ene se obi a owo albinism ono so ye person ono so ye nipa eni nti otimi ko school otimi ware otimi wo. It is time to have fun.
And when viewers up there are ready to have fun. Audience, are you ready? Yes! Mama, did you bring your dancing shoe?
Yep. I have them on. I love dancing. I always have my dancing shoes on.
Today you will dance and your shoe will swell. I have a wild performer, a great musician. He has performed south and north, east and west of this country, and even moved beyond Africa. We are ready to go wild. It is talent time. So let's welcome Mr. Frank Mensah.
Yo, 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 whoa, 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 whoa.
Yes, for the
Frank Mensah. Thank you so much.
How did you discover disability?
I don't know, but it's my talent from the infancy. So,
great.
Yeah.
What told you how many years in here?
I started 1989.
1989. Hey.
I was at Premier Lodge, Circle.
Okay.
Circle here.
Then I moved to Kumasi.
Kumasi. So, see, I told you know Kumasi. Oh, yeah, boy, same woman. This is ability in motion.
Yes.
I say, Obi already them. Never saying any way did them. Otimi told you must come.
It's polio.
Polio.
Yes.
Ah, okay.
It's polio.
All right.
Yeah, that's what my parents told me. Yeah.
We have to take the immunization of polio seriously. Thank you so much. And you at home, you are still watching the Let's Talk Ability. Let's Talk Ability. It's time to tell your story. Who has a story to tell today about how they feel about being a person with albinism?
My name is Prosper Akonomensah. I'm at the age of 27 years. Now, I'm now feeling proud of myself as I'm a person with albinism.
Okay.
At first, then I feel shy. Even in my school days, I always get myself indoor. When I'm in school, when I even close from school, I do get myself in room.
You don't want to go out. Okay.
So that people not tease me.
They used to tease you when you were little.
Yeah, a little.
Oh.
And then when I grew up, I get to know that no, it's not. I need to stand firm and then take off that teasings.
Yeah.
I shouldn't buy with them. As you move freely of myself.
Yes.
So I continue, and then I got so good. In my church too, they appointed me as the praise and worship leader.
Hey, let's talk.
As at now, I'm a teacher helping people and then especially my colleague. My colleague, that the person with albinism in my locality. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Let's talk.
Ability.
Let's talk.
Ability.
This is what I'm talking about. People have ability.
I'm Nashiatu Bashiru, 23 years of age. Yeah, and I want to share this with my colleagues. They should try and then show up themselves and then they live in the environment peacefully. Because I'm all free with no teasing, nothing else. I'm free, and thanks to my families and loved ones for showing me care and support.
Let's talk.
Ability.
Let's talk.
Ability.
Yes, that's all that we have time for today. Learning about persons with albinism, what causes it, the myths, the challenges, how to cope with it, and the solutions for persons with albinism in terms of how to take care of their skin and their eyes and all of that. It is okay to be a person with albinism. And that young man is a fine man, huh? Yes. And you are a fine woman as well. Sure. Everybody has beauty in them. Everybody has talent in them. We need to change our attitudes about people who are different. It's called diversity, and it's okay to be different. So Joshua says there are persons with different abilities. Persons with different abilities. And what do you have to say to people watching?
Thank you for making time with us. Next week, Sunday, same time, watch Let's Talk.
And we want to thank Mawenyo and Mr. Newton for coming, and our special star performer, Frank Mensah. And you, our wonderful audience, thank you so much for coming. And those are
forgetting our cherished viewers.
Yes, we thank you so much for watching. Keep talking. Ability. And we have to do what? Show some love. Show some love. Show some love today, tomorrow, every week, every month, every year. Show some love wherever you are, especially to persons who have different abilities. Respect. Bye-bye.
I'm a winner, not a loser, overcomer. I am more than a conqueror. I'm a winner, not a loser, overcomer. Hey, I am more than a conqueror. I swear it. I swear it.
Show some love. Respect.
Respect.